we are starting our tire test series of tires. We're using this is going to be the tire tester, the TRX4 that I have worked out the suspension on, everything. I know how this truck performs and how it works and all that good stuff. So we haven't made any changes to it. All I did was install a small lightweight, super lightweight rack I bought off AliExpress for $4. It has a inertia winch hookup up here to where you can loop around, and you can hook an inertia winch. I just added that there because rollovers, the top of this truck was taking a beating. I thought that might, help it a little bit. It doesn't hardly weigh anything. I can't see it really affecting anything. So we're still running the iMod in this truck. That's what I've been running on it in the videos. Everything's been working out fine still with the gearing and all that good stuff. So we've got it cleaned up. So we're going to be doing this video is not about the truck though. Real quick here, it's about these tires. So the first set of tires we are testing in this video are the S5 or Injora S5 Swamp Claw 1.9 MT tires, and they're supposed to be 120 millimeters by 42 millimeters. And we got them mounted up already. They've been sitting down here stacked on top of each other for a little bit, and listen to this stickiness. I mean, they were all three stuck together practically. Look, there's two tires stuck together hanging. This S5 compound seems to be very sticky. The stuff from the bench is sticking to them. The only thing I did to these are all stock foams that come with these tires. I think it's better to test them with the foams. That way you know what you're getting out of the bag. That's just my opinion. That way you know. I think they maybe end up being a little too soft. I did vent these just using my $2 rusted up cheap hole punch tool, leather punch tool with the smallest, I don't know what size that is, maybe 1/8. Might be smaller than that. I picked that up at a second-hand place because I wanted to start venting tires because once the foams go bad, or I just I immediately swap over to the Injora silicones, which are my kind of go-to for me for easy, cheap tunability instead of spending a fortune in 3D printed inserts. But that's not what this video is about. So this is the tread pattern on them. I don't know if the camera's picking it up very well. It's got a pretty good side lug. It's got a really deep tread pattern. The tire carcass was pretty thick through here. It was thicker than the fake Tusk tires. And I'm giving these a really high score, these fake Tusk tires. And these are starting to scrub in really well. And I noticed the more I'm using these fake Tusk, the better they're getting. So that's always a good sign. So these wheels and tires have the exact same offset as these. These wheels are the same weight as these wheels. So we're not changing anything of how the truck should perform at all. Anybody that's watched the, fake Tusk tire video, how they worked. So, that's my baseline. If these tires can perform as good as the fake Tusk or better, and I think the Injora S5 compound, most of them I've dealt with, the S5, the pins anyways, are really work very well. And we're going to go ahead and measure these, and we're just going to use my, digital caliper here to measure them. I don't have nothing fancy to do it with, so the green inserts and the blue Injora silicone inserts do fit these pretty well. They fill the tire up pretty good because these are a little more of a narrower tire. So if you like a narrower tire, we're going to get right here on the outside widest point of your tread lugs here. Looks like it is 42 millimeters. Is that what the bag says? They are, 42 millimeters. So they are spot on with their measurement on the side. So your side measurement is 42 millimeters on the, and I guess they measured like I did on the lugs. So it's 42, and they say it's 120 millimeters. We are going to zero out our caliper, and we are going to measure our tire height here. It's bang on 120. I'm coming up with 120.1 on the digital caliper here for the height. So that's pretty close. That's pretty bang on to what Injora says they are. So that's our measurement. So they're 42 millimeters widthwise, and they're actually 120 tall. And they, like I said, they are a little skinnier than the, if you like a narrower tire, they're a good amount. We'll go ahead and measure how wide the Fusk are, or if you actually have, I'd imagine the Tusk are probably exactly the same width as the Fusk. Man, these tires are still uber sticky. They are picking up, and they have tons of runtime on them. So these are 46 millimeter wide. So 5 millimeters wider than, around 5 millimeters wider than the Tusk or Fusk are 5 millimeters wider than these. It could make or break a situation. It is a game of millimeters, so all that does matter. But we got some fresh wheel nuts, some fresh nuts, because my wheel nuts on this truck that I've been using are mix match junk. So we're going to be putting 4 new wheel nuts, nylon lock nuts on this unit. And going out and testing. And it's 60 degrees outside today. Yeah, that wheel nut, that was falling off. So it is 60 degrees outside. It's a little cooler than usual. I'm going to try to set these, keep them how they come off. That way they go right back on. These are the tires so far that I prefer to run on the course, of course. And these aren't going to matter because they're not scrubbed in. They're not, these are directional. So they are a directional type tire. So you'll want to keep that in mind, that they are directional. So, oh yeah, some fresh wheel nuts here. If you're looking for a cheap place to get some wheel nuts to build up stock to have extra, I'd recommend AliExpress had these for like 95 cents for a bag of like 10. I couldn't, and free shipping. I'm going to start just every time I get an order, I'm just going to add me a bag of these. And we're just using our little impact here. The nylon is really nice inside these cheap lock nuts off AliExpress. It's a really heavy nylon. I've noticed they seem to hold up. If you're a guy that's switching, wheels and tires around a lot, and you're wearing out your wheel nuts, like these are completely, the inside of them are completely gone. So that was a rear. That's a front. Yeah, and that wheel nut's totally shot. It's going in the trash. Set it over there. So, okily dokily, smokily strokily. So, not that I imagine this even really matters. So, there we go. This is how we're going to progress with all of our tire testing. I've got bunches and bunches of tires to do tire testing with. We're going to take this thing out and run it. Give it a good workout on the course. And see how it does. Test them out real good. And then we're going to run these with the foams that's in them. And then, there we go. Then we are going to run these with the Injora green inserts in them. These are really soft. Mounting them up here, they're about the same size, you know, mounted. They're about the same size as the Fusk, so I mean they're all about 120 mil, which is your standard 4.75 tire. So let's go out and take this thing out in the course, guys. Get the suspension warmed up on it because it is a TRX4, and we got the measurements, stock foams, vented. Let's go out to the course, guys. All right, so we're starting the test up here on the top part of the course just to get the tires and the inserts, foams, whatever you want to call them, just to kind of get them situated with, you know, where they need to be in the tire. Because when you first mount tires and foams or inserts or whatever, like those tires and wheels kind of got to get to, the tire and the foam have to kind of, you know, mush together, get where they're going to be. So I elected to come up here. We're going to make a few drive arounds up here on camera, and then we're going to get back into the actual tire testing. So that's why I decided to start up here. So that's what we're doing right now. Get this test going, guys. You can see what it looks like. These tires look really good on this truck. That's what they look cool. They're very aggressive. There's the side lugs I was talking about. Like I said, these are the S5 compounds. So we got a simple pull up right here. You know, everything pretty much makes that. There was no spinning whatsoever right there. In that hole. Like I said, we got to get all this stuff situated together. And these seemed a little taller, which I just, right there, my knuckle didn't hit down on that rock, so there's the tire deformation going on. They look like they're, you know, they'll get softer as they run, but we're getting, here's a good, we're gonna put some weight transfer. Oh man, that tire made that transfer over so nice, man. Oh my heavens, these are working very well. Oh yeah, there is the weight down on the tire. I knew them foams in the S5 compound, everything seemed pretty soft. So you can see where we're at on where it's mushing down maybe. Yeah, I'm trying to just get close in so you can see the tires work. Holy crap, these things are working out nice. They are definitely soft. Very super placeable tire. There is no slippage going down even at a higher rate of speed. Yeah, that's super impressive. Sorry about the wind. I will try to take it out the best I can. Wow. Okay. Alright, now we got to get down there. There will be some editing. So, now slippage coming down this because these rocks are slick. A lot of tires will give you a little slippage. These gave none. They are just staying glued down like you super glued them to the rock. Let's see how they're doing with the weight transfer over. They got some good mush over. I would say these would probably be good contestants for the greens. Oh yeah, now, oh, I lost it. It has a, I don't know if you can pick it up inside there. they definitely do mush over when you put a lot of weight over on them with the stock foams. So keep that bearing in mind. Oh my heavens, that transfer was beautiful. Oh yeah. And I love the way they look. Alright, so now this is the first real test of the tire. Okay, so if it makes this pull up with no slippage whatsoever, then these are right up there, maybe better than the Fusk. So something about these rocks, there's the slippage. Oh man, but it just gripped it. Alright, we gotta run that back down again. I think I can uber slow crawl that, because that's what the rock crawling is all about. Let's see what we got. Can we take the harder line with them? Yep. Oh yeah. They'll even let me ride over the harder line on the peak. Oh, heavens yes. Alright, so we're going to get back in position here. What in the world? We just maybe hit our lipo cutoff. Okay, so we had a setback. The Spectrum that I had in here, it's just a stock axial, like 10.3 or 10.2 or whatever system receiver. It just fried. I don't know if it was the voltage. We're down to a Traxxas TQ radio, so I can at least finish the tire test here. Everything's recalibrated and ready to go. So let's get back up in here on our spot, on our slick spot. We got an ant. So let's see what we got here. See if these tires, like I was saying, this is a really good tire testing spot. And if they'll make this, no slippage. There's hardly any slippage right there. Let's see if they'll hook it back over. Yep. And then we're gonna go up to the wood test climb. These tires are working fantastic. Alright, we're at our slippage spot. Let's get back up there. Alright, so we're back up. A little more slippage than I think the Fusk get right there. But the tires are still seating in. No slippage at all there. And then we'll run down and test our deformation. Get it up high. And you can see the tires. Not enough sidewall support. So they are lacking sidewall with them single stage type foams. I'm not able to get up high, as high with them as I can with the Fusk. With the stock foams in them, so. And this Traxxas radio definitely doesn't work as well as the Spectrum I had in here either, guys, so you'll have to bear with me on that. So this was just a spare radio that I kept in case I ever burnt one up, so it's a good thing. Yep. That's what I was afraid of there. So That's not where I wanted to be. So we'll test our pull up down here right now, tire test on this spot. They got a hold of that really easy. All right, now this is the spot I gotta be. We're almost to the slippage point. They should start washing out on me. No. They bit a hold of that. They bit a hold of that really nice. It was my driving right there rolling it, so. Not the tire. Maybe a little bit of the too soft of an insert, let them squish down too far. That's what I was talking about. So we're gonna run our line right here. Okay. See if they'll make this hook up. You can see what I'm talking about. The sidewall support just is not there. These are definitely not going to give you adequate enough with the stock foams in them. Sidewall support, in my opinion. Yeah, right there. The Fuss can do this without, it's the sidewalls collapsing. I mean, we're able to get up on it, but, so let's see if they'll stay hooked onto our little line right here without rolling the truck. And they do. There's a little hook point right here, and it's a test to see if the tires will stay stuck down. And they are staying stuck down nice. Now, it could be that the tires are still seating in with the inserts, but here's this little hook part I'm talking about. You got a hook right here, and then a transfer over to another hook. And a lot of tires just want to slip off that. Those held onto it, so that's pretty good. They're pretty predictable. Here's our next pull up. Drive down in our hole. Not bad. Let's see how they do the steep pull down here. Not bad, not bad. They're staying hooked onto the rock. Sidewall. That was a sidewall. That's what I was talking about. This rock right here, you got to stick that side. Alright, so we had to go back over to the phone. Problems with the memory card now, so it might look different to you guys. So, we're going to try to make this pull up right here. I've already got pulled up on it. That's where the action cam, the Casso, the memory card kind of took a dump on me. Now, I've played a little bit here before the camera was dying. I'm sorry if the footage is a little shaky. Okay, so these tires make that pretty much like no problems. So that ain't too bad. So now we're going to get over here to our pipe bridge, which is going to be extremely harder to film with my phone than the Casso action camera. We're going to try to, some of our rocks have moved here from where we had everybody up here the other day. See, them sidewalls are just given way too much. But you can see how steep that is, maybe. I mean, it's basically sitting right on the side. Yeah. I've got to do some mega reinforcing on that because we are going to build one heck of a rock area. We're going to put this rock right here to fill that hole. All right. I just haven't had much time. All right. So back into our... I think I set that one down right in the way. That's not supposed to be there. We'll place that rock right here. So, and you can see how much these tires are just mushing. And it's not hot out here. The warmer the day, these S5s are going to mush more. These are probably more, I would say, closer to like a Predator style compound maybe. In comparison, so. And I'm sorry if the camera's moving around here, jiggling a little bit. I'll try to stabilize it. Let's see if we get a hold of the rock as well here. And it is a little damp out here too, so you're getting a little bit of how they work in the damp. To be honest with you, about as well as the Fusk right there. Now, it wasn't a tire. It's fault right there. That was me. I wasn't paying attention to the line as well, so we're going to have to get up here and resituate this. That is not the tire. That was my driving. Because I'm bracing this on my leg. A lot of times, the softer tire will slip off here. Yep, slipped off. So that tire is not staying gripped on. The Fusk gripped right onto that. So let's get it back down here and try it again. All right, we're going to try it again. We got a nice sit down right there. The front end stayed where I basically needed it to be. But I can already see the back end of this tire is slipping off. Nope. I do not believe these tires are going to get this bridge. The Fusk have no problems in this on this spot on the pipe dream. So let's grab the truck. Oh, some of this will be edited. We're gonna give them one more shot, and I'm gonna call these a fail on the bridge. So I came over. I'm allotting them all I can allot them right here. I'm all the way over on the bridge. That tire cannot be in the rear, and it's already scooched in. It's not gonna make it. Not even, nope. It is absolutely, look at it sliding. Just sliding, slowly sliding. So I don't think the pipe bridge is gonna be doable. Right now, the Fusk are beating these tires. We're gonna give it one more go here. And I'm really gonna pay attention to driving, not so much filming. And I am literally in the best position you can be right now, and that back tire is already slipping off. Nope. I don't know if I can drive it back on, and I'm having to use the board. They got it, but I had to use the board for the truck, the rub rail. So I guess technically they will get the pipe bridge if you really put this, but they just do not grip. And it could be I didn't wash them. It could be some of the mold release on the tire. So not to get this video much longer, I'm betting these tires work a little bit better in the end. We're going to make our pull down. Now, I think I can actually see what the problem is right now. Reason why on the pipe bridge they were doing performance was not so good is that the inserts, the foams they're just too soft. They just don't provide enough support for the truck, and this truck's not even heavy right there. All right, so let's try our last run. And then I will do another test with these with the Injora green inserts in them. Uh, Not a terrible tire, but I had hopes that these would beat the Fusk, and they made that pull up there effortless. So this, if you're running a soft insert, foam, whatever, this bridge right here becomes a lot easier if you are running a softer insert or foam in it. But these tires aren't really having any issues whatsoever with the wood right there. That made it probably one of the best tires on the wood right there. So the issue we're having with it slipping off over here, I do believe, is 100% the foam. So we will come back and we will test these tires one more time with the green inserts in them, because I'm guessing with the greens, they may even need the blues because of the S5 being so soft. But we will try just the greens in them and see what they will do. And I have a set of blues too. We can do testing on them. I'm going to try to thoroughly test all of these Injora tires, because I basically have all of them coming. So I know I didn't think it'd have any trouble on this, because the softer you have on a tire mushing on this wood seems like it works, the best. But we will make the pull down real quick right here on this spot. All right, so yeah, I'm watching the deformation on the sidewall. I don't know if the camera will pick it up here because I can't get up there, but you can already see that sidewall just basically let go. Yep, right there it is. It's the sidewall on the tire collapsing. It won't provide support when you put the weight down on it, and there's no weight on this truck. It's literally no weight. The wheels aren't what, there's no weight in them. The wheels are just lightweight. It's just, yeah. So right now, not enough sidewall support is killing it. So that is kind of a bummer. We're going to see if we can make our little spot right here. We're going to see if we can make our spot this pull. I'm betting these tires probably make this pretty easy, yeah, because of the softness, the gooiness. Is it even going to let me? Yeah. So I'm off my line because I'm on the other side. I missed my line. All right, so we'll see. And you can see this thing is just mush with all the weight transferred over. The sidewall support just is not there with the fact stock foam's in it. So we got to be careful. We should make our transfer onto that. Yeah, we made our transfer onto that, and that was my drive, and I was looking at the camera. That wasn't the tires. So, yeah, I'm going to call these tires they're a good tire. And they're getting better the more I run them. And they walk up this wood like nothing. Very minimal slippage. Just nice and slow, which is what you want for crawling. You don't got a bunch of bouncy crap going on wheel speed wise. And I just went up the harder side of that bridge. So we'll get up here and we'll talk about these tires. So basically, all in all, the Injora Swamp Claw would be a great trail tire. I think if I wouldn't have vented these, they probably would have been a little stiffer. I possibly may have been able to stay on the pipe bridge a little easier, non-vented. I don't think they would have collapsed on the pulling down. But I'm not going to give like a points rating I'm just setting what tires work better than other tires. These are $26.99 on Amazon. You can get them on sale sometimes on AliExpress for $23.99. But on sale, you can get the the Mixed Racing Fusk. And on sale for $15, $16 shipped to you if you're in the United States. So right now, I can tell you, if you just wanted to buy a really good set of tires, you know, better performance, if you're running the mud, these are probably going to do a lot better for you in the mud, because these kind of have the chevron style, and, you know, they got a thicker mud type, you know, tread. So these are probably going to be better in the mud than what the Fusk would be. But $26.99 versus $16. The foams are a little hard in the Fusk, but they'll break in and they'll start breaking down, and they work better and better and better and better the more you run the Fusk. So in my conclusion, if I was doing more rock stuff and I was looking at a set of tires and I didn't, you know, you weren't running maybe mud stuff as much, I would 100% recommend the Fusk or a Tusk definitely over these. The Fuscus has a lot better, in my opinion, foam. It's hard, like I said in the beginning, but it gets softer as you run it, especially if you're a venter. So if you vent those vented these swamp calls, the Fusk are going to beat them. Just the truck's more stable. Also, the Fusk is a wider tire. These are narrower, so you're losing that. You go into a narrower footprint on track width. I don't think these are a bad tire. They're just, the inserts in them are just too, the factory foams are just too soft, guys. These foams would probably be better with the S4 compound, but the S5 obviously is going to perform better on cooler days. It's 60 degrees right now. You know, there is some moisture, but that didn't affect much out here. The rocks are pretty dry, but you guys can draw your own conclusions from the videos and comment down below. That's what we got for our tire test on the Swamp Claw. I will be running another test with the Injora green silicones and see how it goes. If you have a heavier truck and you're trying to run these with the stock foams, I'm just going to tell you right now, it ain't going to do it. This truck does not weigh very much. It's lighter than a stock TRX4 Sport at this point. Because I've pulled the heavier brush motor out, and it's a lighter truck. It dropped a decent amount of weight, just swapping all the stock electronics out of it, because I'm running an Outrunner, and it's nowhere near as heavy as the brushed motor. So you guys can just draw your own conclusions there. Right now, the Fusk could beat these. So I would recommend, if you're looking for a set of tires, I would buy the Fusk over these. That's just my opinion. Like I said, unless you're running in the mud. These tires have a gnarly tread pattern. The sidewalls grip better if you're relying on your sidewall. These sidewalls do grip better than the Fusk do on some spots here. So still not bad for a $26.99 tire, but I'm going to see how far we can tune these with using the Injora inserts, because you're still going to have a good budget tire paying $16 for Injora inserts if you're in the US, and then paying $26.99 for these tires. You're still at a cheaper cost than buying brand name tire, which Injora's kind of is a brand name now. But we're going to test these on the green inserts and see if we get better sidewall support. And we'll conclude. I'll have that video coming up. So anyhow, from the RC Dungeon, this is our Injora Swamp Claw tire test. Peace.